thing. Now streaming live.
Now we streaming live.
Yes.
Now we're streaming live. We are so connected on every platform at the moment. It's about to be very lit. I really can't wait to see how this is gonna go, because I feel like there's so much information about what we can do together and how we can grow on social media, because I think social media right now is the future. It has always been the future, but I don't think people have really seen the effect of how this is actually, of the potential of actually creating content on social media. You know, we're able to do this thing connected and do it in a very good way too, you know?
No, definitely. I completely agree with you. I think what you mentioned about social media being the future and like people not really taking social media seriously, I think for me it's really funny because on TikTok right now, I remember whenever I was growing up, and so probably the emergence of social media probably happened around the time I was like in like late middle school, like high school was probably when Snapchat came out. And then, you know, Instagram had already been around for a while and Facebook had been around, but Facebook was really just like an app that was kind of disappearing. There was the MySpace, the Bebo, all those different things. But social media was really just used for people to connect. And like Facebook was the first to show us that I can connect with someone from my family who lives so far away. However, I remember whenever TikTok came out during the pandemic, people were just like, it's just another like silly app like Musical.ly or Vine where people are just dancing and making funny skits and videos. It's nothing that like a brand really needs to take seriously. And I think Vine left just at the peak of like, they could have been the app that is now TikTok where brands are taking seriously, but then it just kind of ended. But now I see like a lot of brands now having TikToks and a lot of adults being like, oh no, like I wish I got on TikTok sooner, because so many people are seeing the ROI is insane. I mean, it's just literally a free platform that lets you just show what you have and show what you got going on. And then like, it's like an end of thing where one of your videos can go viral, and then it's, you know, you're kind of set. You have your sales, you have all of the things that you need, and then you just have to keep up that consistency and that brand awareness. Whereas before, people just thought it was just a social, like people don't take social media seriously. And there's so many TikToks of people who are like my age, and they're just like, well, now I want to be an influencer. I just deleted all my posts, and they're like, this is a sign for you to take your social media seriously, so that you can start getting influencer deals, and you know, influencer marketing is the thing that brands are looking for. So it's like connecting. Before it was about connecting people and families. Now it's about connecting brands to people, which is, I think, truly magical.
Yeah, I think it's also natural and magical for us to be on all these platforms at the same time. Look at us now. We're on Zoom, we're on Clubhouse, we're on Facebook Live, and we're here connecting. And thank you, Jamari, for also being here. If you have any questions, please raise up your hand. We are having conversations about social media strategies, and this is something that I've been trying to do, like get people from Clubhouse to the Zoom call. And even though you're not going to be there physically, you can also be able to participate, because we're also going to be coming down to the point where people that are on Clubhouse will be on Zoom at the same time. So if you think about building communities, building structure, you've talked about TikTok right now. TikTok is doing so well. There's an algorithm to it. I think I understand how to blow up on TikTok, but I'm so focused on Pinterest. I'm so focused on building my community with my SEO. But I think everybody that wants to use a platform online really has to focus about 90 to 100% of their time should be spent on creating value. And sometimes you may not be on social media to create value. You may just be there to have entertainment. That's why I left that 10% for you. But I think when you think about building videos, reels, carousels, all this stuff, it starts to add up. And what are your thoughts on what's been happening right now with social media and the trends going on?
Yeah, I think that you hit on a lot of good things. I am similar to you. I don't do 90-10, I do 80-20 when it comes to how much value that you bring to the platform, 80%, and then you leave the 20% to promote whatever that you have, whether that's like your emailing list or you have a product launch, or you know, you have a course that's coming out. Is what I leave that for. And the biggest question that I always get by so many, you know, people is what social media platform should I be on? And I always tell them, like, please, 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 like, pick a social media platform. Like, go where your ducks are swimming. Don't try to do all of them at the same time, because, like, just kind of how we were talking about even before this call, like, you were telling, like, we were talking about Clubhouse. I probably spend, like, at first, like, my weeks were literally 90% Clubhouse. And how I had to literally, like, cut that in half, because I was just like, I have to kind of, like, focus on how much value am I bringing versus how much money am I taking back home. And then that's, like, where the split is. But then even now, I, like, if you look at, like, if I go on the back end and look at my lead capture, like, Clubhouse is my number one. So I still have to pay so much attention to it. However, the same attention that I was giving to Clubhouse, I completely fell out of Instagram. I literally probably took like a week hiatus, because I was focusing so much on one app. And then now I'm trying to go to Clubhouse, and not Clubhouse, go into Pinterest too. So it's kind of this thing of, like, I think, because, like, Instagram, I know I love it. I kind of have a system, a rhythm, and I got that down. Clubhouse, I have a system, a rhythm, and I got that down. So now, because I know those really well and I can do those in my sleep, now I am ready to move on to a new social media platform, which is now Pinterest and or YouTube. So I really say, like, when it comes to social media platform, like, pick one that you know that your target audience probably is, because all these social media platforms, you use them for different reasons, and your target audience is there, but not necessarily, there's a majority of them are in one place. For me, it was Instagram. And then now that, like, TikTok was just something that I was trying, and then I opened me up to a new, like, it, you know, opened up the gates to a new flood of people, and so on and so forth. So I say, with the emergence of social media, I say pick one, be really good at it, until you have completely mastered in the expertise and you've caught what the algorithm is trying to do for your data, then you can be able to move on to other social media platforms.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think social media, it's highly based on what you want to see come through for you. Because everybody everyone has an experience on social media, including Clubhouse. There's some people that go on Clubhouse and say, oh, I didn't like how this person talked to me. Someone else would say, this has been the best day of my life. Someone said that probably I had the best birthday in a long time. You know, people would say different things because it shows that we actually care about you. We actually want you to be feeling better. We don't know you, but because we keep seeing you showing up, even though you don't follow, you also know that there's a connection. There's a reason why. Nobody forces anyone to do anything, especially on social media. So I just think there's a growth now where people are focused more on community and culture rather than just likes and followers.
Yes, and I think you're 100% right. And I always tell people, like, likes and follows, like, those are great, those are cute. But I mean, like, also Instagram isn't a platform like how it used to be, when you can just post a picture and blow up. Like, you have to physically go and interact with people. And I noticed this too, because I, just recently, launched my agency. And the thing that the thing that I didn't even care about was, like, how many followers that I got. Like, that was, like, for me, it was like, how many people can I convert from followers or anything like that to, like, real relationships, whether that's collaborating with people or, have, like, them using me for something that they might need, those sort of things. But, like, I naturally, because I was paying attention to the relationships that I was building, I was able to grow on social media quickly. It just kind of happened, like, if you focus on the relationships more, then your followers are just gonna, like, they're gonna grow. And I literally, for my clients and for myself, I go in, like, every week, and I probably, like, get rid of, like, maybe 100 followers a week. And am I, like, stressed about that? Absolutely not, because those people were not doing anything for me, so there's no reason for them to, be on my page. Like, I want people who I'm building relationships with, building rapport with. They're replying back to my stories. They're engaging with me. I'm engaging with them. Like, we're helping each other win on social media, because we both know how important they are. And that's my target audience. And my target audience is, I want people who understand the power of social media and what it can do for you and or your business.
Speaking of social media, there's a new feature that just dropped, and everyone was scared about it when Instagram hid the likes for the first time. Now, with a new update, you can actually set it on or off to your feed. So it's no longer everybody. It just depends on what you want to see on your feed. And I turned mine on. Like, recently, my engagement has been growing on Instagram, but I just felt like I wanted to hide my likes and my follows. not, I wish I could have my follows, but
Don't we all?
right, exactly. But I think if I think about the effect of hiding that, and hiding that from my feed and other people who see the feed, because now you can hide those things, I think the interaction is going to be way more than people that just see, oh, you got 11 likes, I'm not going to be the 12th one. But when you see 230,000 likes, you want to be the first one after the 230,000. So what is the effect that has grown on you, and would you also do that or no?
I don't know. It's yes and no, because like the yes, I mean, if I'm getting like 7,000 likes on a photo or tens of thousands of likes on a photo, I'm not going to hide that, because it's social proof, you know? Like, I want people to know, like, these people that are, like, you know, like my content, and, you know, other people like it too. And then there's always that, like, theory about no one wants to be first, you know? How, like, no one wants to be the first person to like a picture, no one wants to be the first person to do this, that, or the other. So you're kind of, like, hiding that away, and people are like, I don't know if somebody else likes this picture. I don't know, like, I'm not gonna like it. You know, those kind of things.
Right.
So I say, like, when it comes to, like, engagement, it's really funny, because from being in the industry, we know that, like, likes and followers are simply a vanity metric, and it's not until you start doing the math that you can really but we know how to do the calculations because we're in the industry. However, like, someone who probably just gets on social media just for pure enjoyment for their life, and it's not their, like, you know, it's not like because it's our whole lives, but it's not their whole life. They are not, like, they don't know the difference between what people are buying followers, who are buying likes, who are buying engagement.
Yeah.
So I think they can tell, but they don't really know. So a part of me kind of, like, because Visco was supposed to be that, like, the, you know, the photo editing app. It's kind of, yeah, it's that. You go on there, there's no such thing as liking a photo on there. You're simply just creating. And I think that's kind of what Instagram is moving towards, especially because TikTok is that app when people are literally, like, the creativity on there is insane. People are literally just creating to create. And I think Instagram has noticed that they've almost become, like, the portfolio, the fashion version of themselves. And they kind of want to, you know, drift past that and want to be like a TikTok when people can just come on the app and they can just create, like 2012 Instagram, where people, probably not 2012, maybe like 2016 Instagram, where people could just kind of post a picture and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But then it's not that anymore. It's kind of like, this is a portfolio for your business, this is a portfolio for yourself, so please take it seriously. And that's when I think the liking of the post, or like that kind of thing, I don't think that'll necessarily go away, but I don't know if that's going to also change the patterns on social media or on Instagram either. So I'm going to give you, and I don't know.
Okay. I want to try mine for the next 3 months and just hide it and see what happens. Because what I've come to see is that when you don't know who else liked it, you just like it because you like it.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to try that, because also on Pinterest, if you think about it, the way people interact on Pinterest is not, oh, I have 2 likes or I have 2,000 likes. It's, if I like this content, I'm going to use this content. I'm going to repurpose this content.
And Pinterest is literally the most selfish app I think that's out there, and I absolutely love it, because whatever I'm getting on Pinterest, first of all, I'm not sharing anything with anyone. Whatever I'm getting on Pinterest is for me.
Yeah.
I saw TikTok the other day that was just like, it was so funny. It was just like, hey everyone, I just want to come out here and say, when somebody sends you a tweet, that's really great. Whenever somebody sends you a message on Instagram or shares a post with you, like, that's great. But if somebody sends me a Pinterest pin, that has me over the moon. And I think that, like, if somebody sends me a pin on Pinterest, they were really thinking of me.
Oh yeah.
Because they know that, like, they were first of all, they had to look for me on Pinterest, which is like, I follow so many people on Pinterest versus, like, people following me. Like, followers don't matter on Pinterest, you know. It's just literally content that you use for yourself because you simply need it, and you keep it for yourself because you're like, they created it, I'm gonna keep it for myself. Which is, it's a complete different dynamic than any other social media platform.
I think so too. I feel like social media is growing in a way that people are not going to expect. One thing about Pinterest that I've seen, and I've been talking about this in some of the Clubhouse rooms, I think it started about 2 days ago, and it hasn't rolled out to everyone, but it's a feature that's going to be happening very soon. And that's the Pinterest Live version of Pinterest Business.
Ooh, tell me a little bit more about that.
what I can see already is it's crazy. I don't even have the feature yet, but what I've seen is that's what Pinterest is actually promoting right now, and they're actually going to be rolling out their first live session with some creators. If you go to your Pinterest right now on the left side, you should see a section they're actually promoting the live feature. What I like about what I love about the live feature is that you can see the people attending.
Okay, I like that a lot, because I think that's different, because I think like other social media, I don't think it really sees, you can't RSVP for a live, or you can't like see anyone who's attending or anything like that. But I like that. That is gonna be a game changer for so many small businesses going live on Pinterest, because one, I think it's actually really funny, because a lot of my shopping is really done on Pinterest. Like just a lot of my, clothes come from Pinterest, or like, because all my outfit inspirations, like they literally come from Pinterest. But if I am able to see like a business go live, because I'm going live on Instagram is kind of like whatever. But if I can see a business going live and being like, hey, these are the products that we have, this is what's coming soon, this is what's going on. Here are like, or even service-based providers. Like if you are a service-based provider, like you can go live with people who are already sharing your things and already see enough value with whatever you pin. And whatever you create, that like that relationship is like y'all are best friends.
Exactly. and it starts to grow, and then at some point you start enjoying the benefit of being in that community, because now we actually care about you. Now once you've seen a pin, you go to the store, you go to the pin, you check out, you come right back, and it's all within the app. So I don't think there's any other platform that does it as good as Pinterest. And
I'm happy that you mentioned that, because like I think everyone was really like gun-ho for Instagram. They were like, love this, like this is great, and like businesses have already been on there, and now businesses are really gearing towards TikTok. But I always think that like as of recently, I have really thought about Pinterest. I'm just like, this is like the background hero, like the person who's doing all the work and nobody knows about it. And it's different from, because like Pinterest, not Pinterest, but Instagram and like TikTok are like similar in the sense of like they have reels, you have TikToks, that sort of thing. They're kind of copying off of each other. But Pinterest is an app that kind of stands on its own and does its own thing. And I see more and more people being like, hey, I need Pinterest services because I want to grow on here. And people know that they use Pinterest, but they have never thought of using it for their business because it's not really talked about enough. But now I'm seeing, I guess like even on Clubhouse, I'm seeing more and more people being like, I need to be on Pinterest, especially if you have an e-commerce business.
Exactly. I think e-commerce is the future, and most people are going to get used to it when they actually see the value of what it's actually bringing to their business, which is why they're on social media.
Yeah, no, literally, there's so much value in being on Pinterest as an e-com, and like so many businesses are out there. And like I think today I heard like a really good analogy of like somebody asked on Clubhouse and did a little quiz and was like, hey, like how many of you think that you can make a burger better than McDonald's? And like obviously everybody raised their hand, like I can make a burger better than McDonald's. And then afterwards he said, then why aren't you at every corner? And that kind of like it like kind of took everyone back, because he was just like, it's not about how well you do something. Well, yes, like quality is important in all the things that you do, and like your logo and your brand is important. However, also like you just need to put yourself out there. You need to go everywhere that you need to be, and you need to find everyone and be like where the people are. Kind of like the mall. Like the mall was so successful because people are like you're going to the mall and people are going to walk into your shop. But now social media become the new mall, and Pinterest is like the Mall of America. Like it's the biggest mall of them all, Yeah,
I definitely agree with that. And I think people will definitely enjoy the communication from those platforms when they see that it's all connected. So you know what? I'm even thinking we should have a series, like a social media part series, and like do them into little bits so that people can be able to actually digest instead of giving them long things. Like, what did you say in episode 2?
Yeah, like let's just talk about Pinterest. Let's talk about Instagram. Let's talk about LinkedIn. Let's talk about all, because there's so many benefits to all of them, but it's really just how you use them and making sure that you're using them to the benefit of the app, and for the benefit of your business as well.
Yeah, I think so. What's one thing that you want to tell the audience about what to do on social media as a business that will help them today and tomorrow?
Yeah, I think when it comes to social media, well, like I can tell you like the little things of like being authentic, like, you know, make sure that you take the TikTok logo off your reels. Like those are just like things that you know. However, I think that when it comes to social media for businesses, if you have a business or even if you're a creator or an influencer, it all starts from the moment that you change your personal account to a business account, or whenever you open up a business account. This goes for all social media platforms, like one is not special than the other. But in order to make it easier on yourself, because people get overwhelmed by social media, and they don't have to be overwhelmed by it. It is, when I say it's not a hard thing, it's because like our own mindset or our own psyche makes it a difficult thing. But I always say, like, literally start so simple. Talk about your goals. Like, if for, you know, this second quarter, or for even the third, we're stepping into the third quarter, if your goals are, I want more people who are signing up for my emails, I want to grow my email list, I want more engagement on my posts, and then I want, I want something else. Like I want to sell a product, like a digital download, or I want to sell I want more sales on my hero product. Then start off with your goals so you know what your strategy is going to be based on your goals. And then after that, I would go to your insights. Data is so important because it literally tells us how people are interacting with us, and it's raw. I mean, it really can't get any more raw than this. So I say go on the back end. If you want to, I use Watergraph, which gives me more insight data. If you want to go even further, use Google Analytics. Use the analytics from the different platforms that you're posting on, and go to the back end and see, like, this is what's doing really well. If that posted really well, then do more of those posts. If it was an inspirational quote, then, you know, do that. But okay, cool. So after you come up with after you've looked at your data, after you looked at your data, I will say, after that, start creating posts that mimic your data. So go for creating posts that are, like, if you had like inspirational quotes do really well, split it up into content pillars. I would say the great content pillars to go by are inspirational, entertaining, engaging, and informational, inspiring, engaging, and, you know, promotional. So from there, like, look through your posts and come up, like, looking through your content pillars, find out, like, okay, like, these posted really well. More people like more entertaining posts, so post more entertaining posts, but don't forget the promotional end of it based on your goals that you've created about having more engagement, having more people sign up for your newsletter, having more people buy your spotlight product. So from there, like, you know, the kind of, like, you plan out your posts, and then from there you just batch create away. You can follow, like, the different practices from Instagram, about, like, you know, go live once a week, you know, post this many reels, post this many carousels, like, do that. When it comes to TikTok, posting 3 times a day, post early in the morning, post late at night, like, you know, research those different things, because there's so much information out there about the best times to post on, like, different apps. But I mean, again, look at your data and see what's the best time to post for yourself. And then after that, you batch created. Literally scheduling those posts is going to be so key to making the process so, like it's just going to be so easy. Like, once you do it for, like, it probably takes, like, maybe 3 hours on a Saturday, and then the next Saturday is going to only take you 2 hours, and the next Saturday is only going to take you an hour. And then, you know, just plan out for those posts for the next 2 weeks to a month, and then you have that covered based on your goals. And then I will always say, like, 30 minutes before, or even 10 minutes before your post goes out, engage on social media. You know, go through your people who are following you, go through people who you don't interact with the most, go find your tribe and interact with them. And then after your post has been posted, do another 10 minutes of interacting with people and engaging with people to get more traction towards your post. And then after that, just let it rest and let it kind of ride that wave, and then just do that over and over and over again for 2 weeks to a month, and then you'll see that it's not as overwhelming as, you know, people make it out to be. But I mean, again, it is like it's part of it. It's a job that you have to do as a business owner, or you can always outsource it to somebody else. But yeah.
I think what you said is so monumental to today's social media lifestyle, because if you're able to batch create and then post it as you go, it's so much better than saying, oh, I don't have anything to post, and you have a whole week to do it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's the best, like, that I hate hearing. Like, it's not like I hate it, but I feel so bad for so many businesses who are like, I don't have anything to post, or I don't know what to post. And it's just like, you do know what to post. Like, so like your insights tell you what you should post more of. And you have to have goals. Like, social media is no longer just a place where we're just posting for fun, but it really is the place where you kind of have to use it to leverage your business. Just like, time is your biggest asset. If you're spending a lot of time on it, like, let's hope that it gives you enough return. Exactly.
Yeah. I think the return on investment and time is also very, very, very important. Yeah. Out of all the social media platforms that you use, either for you or your clients, which one do you see you using the most, and why?
The one that I see myself using the most is Instagram, because Instagram does not allow, like Pinterest, you can do automations for days.
Yeah.
You have 800 pins for the month, and you can go to sleep. But Instagram is probably the one that I end up using the most, especially when I say Instagram, I also mean Facebook too, because you cannot automate, like, Instagram hates it when anything is automated. So I tend to use that one the most, and it hates using third-party apps, all of these different things. So I tend to use that one the most. However, the one that I see more return on investment would have to be a tie right now between TikTok and Clubhouse. Only because they're both new. People love something that's new. Instagram is old reliable, but TikTok and Instagram are super new. But I see for my clients, I mean, like, a lot of them who've never used TikTok before, they have seen they've been like, oh yeah, I have 100,000 likes or 100,000 followers in like a month of using TikTok consistently, and they have like a boost in their sales. However, same thing with Clubhouse. Clubhouse is probably like a slow burner, because I think for me, I started Clubhouse in February, whenever I like really started my business, and I'm just now seeing like a consistent return of people being like, oh, I saw you on Clubhouse, like, let's chat. So I think for service-based people, I think it's easier to provide value, and you can see a lot of return on investment through that way. For my e-commerce folks, I say, like, Pinterest is still really new to me, but like, I'm gonna put Pinterest and TikTok up there for my e-commerce people.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah. I feel like those are very solid. Instagram, Facebook, I didn't say LinkedIn. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Clubhouse, Pinterest. I think if you're on those platforms and doing the justice it deserves, you can get on those platforms and really transform your life.
For sure. And I also, like, with all those platforms, I also don't want to ignore, like, the power of YouTube. But, like, the only thing about YouTube is, like, my goodness, like, it takes so much. Like, I don't, like, for me, like, the only reason I'm not on YouTube is I don't have time to edit a video. Like, I really don't. Like, I don't have time to sit there, film it, edit it, and go on with my life. Whereas, like, when it comes to TikTok, like, editing a 30-second video is not going to take me a lot of time. But it is going to take me a lot of time to edit like a 15-minute video. Oh,
yeah. With all the sound effects and all the animations.
Yes, exactly. But it's such a powerful app too. But it's difficult to grow and unless like you've already been growing on that platform. But there's been the emergence of YouTube Shorts that are similar to TikTok and Reels. And I always tell people, even though that you're not making YouTube videos, like literally make YouTube Shorts all day. Like if you have a chance to just repurpose that content, YouTube is a great platform because like unlike TikTok, like you can be on TikTok for like 48 hours straight and the content will not end. You will not reach an end to TikTok. But same thing with Instagram. Like Instagram has like been replaying a lot of videos. However, like that's another app where you won't really reach the end. However, YouTube is a little bit different. Once you kind of like search your specific niche or what you're looking for, after some time it just stops. I think we all experience it, or like there's no more videos, and that's kind of what's happening with shorts, is like people are looking for them and it just kind of stops. But you have the chance to grow on there because they're wanting more and more creators to, you know, do something on shorts. So if you're already posting on TikTok, you're already posting on Reels, it's like, go ahead and just add YouTube to the list of other places that you need to post it. It's not gonna take you any more work.
Yeah, I think so too. Definitely. Yeah. Stories is the future, video is the future, and I think content is definitely gonna still stay king.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and always say quality over quantity, because then if you have too much and people catch whiff of you and you end up like fumbling the bag, that's gonna suck.
Exactly. Yeah. Wow. This has been amazing. I'm so happy you were able to join the Playroom today, Charlyn. It's from Clubhouse to the Zoom to Facebook to back to Clubhouse. This has been amazing, and I know we're definitely going to set off that series. And yeah, you guys should definitely pay attention, because it's about to get really, really heated up.
Yes. Going through, just literally deconstructing and dissecting each single social media platform for its strategy, its algorithm, and how it can help your business. If that's a social media platform that you're on, it's worth the hype for sure.
It is. Wow. Yes. It would be nice for people to know how they can find you, what they can do to reach you. What's the best way for you that is convenient for them?
Yeah, no, definitely. If anyone has any more questions regarding like Instagram, any social media platform really, so my name is Charlyn. I actually have a digital marketing agency called Char Solutions, and that's where I help small to mid-sized businesses. I just help them come up with simple, smart, digital marketing solutions for them. And if you're interested, I'm a social media manager. So if you're interested in social media management for your business, because you're probably listening to this and you're like, wow, this is truly overwhelming, I would love to help you. You can tap into, it's either the link in my bio on my Instagram if that's where you're at, or my website is www.charssolutions.com. And yeah, you can just book a consultation through there, and we can talk and chat about kind of your Instagram strategy and what things are looking like on that end. And if you're having trouble with coming up for content, I actually have a free guide on my website and on the link in my bio on my Instagram, and it's like the third or second one. That's 31 content ideas. So that's literally covers you for a month of content, and you can literally just keep recycling that for the next 12 months. So for yourself. So yeah, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. This is really fun.
You're welcome. Anytime. This has been amazing. It's a Friday. I know people are either on social media or somewhere towards the end of it, but I'm so glad that you were able to join us today, Charlyn.
Yes, no, it was super fun. It was a pleasure, and I can't wait for our I don't even know what to call it, dissecting social media, or whatever we end up calling it. That's going to be so fun.
Exactly. Thank you once again, and have a good weekend.
You too. Yeah, relax. Don't be on social media, because you're on it all day.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right. Yay! Awesome.
Yay.